devastated by flooding. Wow. I remember when I moved here, we're up on high ground, we're up on a hill, and then when we moved to our last house, the summer that I first got that job, there happened to be a major flood going on at that time, and so I shopped around different areas and noticed what was flooding and what was not. So it wasn't really high ground, but it was not anywhere affected by flooding. So guess I'm lucky. And you're on a hill there. You're safe where you are. But wow, some of what goes on television, earthquakes, floods. Wow. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
KD7QKU. Yeah, I know what you mean about floods. I see it on TV too. Terrible. Yeah, we're pretty lucky where we live. At my house in particular, we are up a little bit. And so far it sounds like you've been fine, and that was pretty smart when you looked around. So yeah, it's too bad that Andrea's having a little trouble with her foot or ankle. So anyway, I've had a sore left leg for quite a while. When we went to the beach in the spring with the motorhome, Joanne wanted to walk a long ways on the beach, and I wanted to find a tree, a log to sit on. So when I went to the cardiologist here a couple weeks ago, he said, have you been, you must not be very active, getting much exercise. He said, because you gained some weight this winter and you haven't lost any, but usually you lose your weight in the summer. And I said, well, no, I haven't been walking as much as I used to do. And he wanted to know why. I said, well, I have this one leg that's been hurting. So he turned around to his computer and he brought up all the orthopedic doctors at Over Lake Hospital, and he said, pick one. He said, I want you to go find out what's going on, because he said, I want you to be more active and I want you to walk more. You need exercise for your heart. So I did. I went down there and I picked a guy. His name was Jonah Holt, and real nice guy. And he x-rayed my ankles, my knees, my hips, and my back. And then he asked me to lay down on the table, and he'd taken my left leg and he pushed it around a little bit, and I was going, oh. He goes, well, he said, here, I'll show you what's wrong. So he showed me the x-ray, and you could see the hip socket on the right side was good. Hip socket on the left side, there wasn't any cartilage hardly showing in it, and then he had bone spurs and arthritis. He said, that's the problem. He said, I can give you cortisone shots and I can send you to physical therapy, but it's not going to fix it. He said, it might give you a little relief, but it'll just be short-lived. He said, it's never going to get better. So there's only one thing that's going to fix it, and that's to replace it. So I came home, thought about it, and I called them up and said, okay, schedule me. Well, they would have scheduled me for September because they're way out. They do a lot of them, but they had a cancellation. So I told them I'd like to have it done as soon as possible. So she said, well, I have a cancellation on July 22nd. If you want it, you can have it. So I said, yes, I do. So not this coming Monday, but the next Monday. So anyway, that's my story, I guess, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I'm one of those people with not good cartilage in my joints, I guess. So go ahead, N7QO, KD7QKU.
N7QO. Yeah, just amazing. Doctors tend to lump us all in the same category. Not exactly sure why. I suppose, broadly speaking, we could be tossed into the same pigeonhole, but different people have different unique issues. And cartilage, I don't know, it seems to me, I remember reading something about something which they can inject other than cortisone into a joint to help the joint work. And I don't recall if it's a permanent solution or just a temporary thing. But I had some cortisone injections in my foot a few years ago, and one time in maybe 2002 or something, one injection cured me. I was good to go. But then maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, that problem appeared again, and they gave me 3 injections over a period of, it seems to me maybe it was over a 3-month period, and they did not help at all. But physical therapy made the problem go away, so that's good. I was just hurting for a period of time. Reset. Yeah, I don't know. Weight. I've had a sedentary career my entire life. Some guys are able to handle that, and some guys can't. I probably fall into the category of those who can't. But I have to say, the past 20 years or so, I have been less active when I've been at work during overnights. Pretty much every time I wake up here in Seattle, I hit the treadmill. But my big problem is I have a lousy diet, and I have discovered no amount of exercise can make up for a bad diet. But it's not like I'm doing anything else, so I know my mother was a whole lot more healthy when she was 20 pounds or so overweight. Not exactly sure why that is, but my wife and I have both observed that to be true for a number of years. So, I don't know. I guess as long as you're active to some degree to keep your circulatory system going, that's probably all that's necessary. Some people say drugs, or some people say certain foods which maybe you could take, or a sort of homeopathic solution. But I don't know. We all find out in the end. Some people say that smoking causes lung cancer. Well, I don't know. My mother smoked for 70 years, and she never got lung cancer, so I'm not sure I believe that. Certainly it's probably a contributing factor, but I can't say it's 100%. Once again, pigeonholing people. But I never smoked. I never even had the desire to try it. Not sure why. Perhaps it's because both of my parents smoked aggressively, but I never got that habit. Back to you, Ron, N7QO.
N7QO, KD72KU. Well, I never smoke either. I never really had the desire. All my friends did. I can't say I didn't try it. I don't think I ever bought a pack of cigarettes in my life, but I did, puff on one occasionally, and I felt a bad taste in the mouth, and I didn't like it. So I'm glad I never got hooked on that. But yeah, I think it's all in your genes. You have, good genes and bad genes, and some of us, have weaknesses in one area, and some have weaknesses in other areas. When you were talking about treatments, I think maybe you were thinking about stem cells. I guess they can give you a stem cell injection, but I don't know. I don't think my insurance covers it, for one thing, and someone said you had to be careful where the stem cells came from, because if the person that they got them from hepatitis or something, then you'd get it, or anything else, HIV or something. So I don't know how they harvest stem cells, but and it sounded like they were expensive, beginning maybe with just $5,000, and I don't know, and I don't know, what you would get for that, and I really never checked it out. I did talk about that with the orthopedic doctor, and of course he said, well, I'm a surgeon, and so it's kind of out of my field, but he said, if you want to check it out, that's your choice. But I guess I didn't check it out. So anyway, I guess a lot of people have had hip replacements. My sister-in-law had one, and she's had it for 12 years, and it's just fine. She walks all she wants to. She really likes to walk, so she goes out and walks all the time. So I don't know how long they last. I guess I didn't ask that question. I go in, I guess I go tomorrow to a class at Overlake Hospital, and then I go, I think, the next week to something else, and I guess I will ask. I'm sure there's a life expectancy to these things, so anyway, find out, I guess. So I just have to I had a EKG yesterday, I guess, and I have to do a few other things, and then I guess I'll be good to go. N7QO, KD7QK.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. I'm not sure if I was thinking of stem cells. I believe that is not yet an FDA-approved procedure. Not sure about that, so I doubt that Medicare would cover that. But it seems like I was thinking of something else. Wish I could remember what it was. But, yeah, some of the doctors don't exactly know a whole lot of options. That can be a challenge. It's almost like you have to spend time on the internet looking. But I can say this. I have one friend who had at least one knee replaced, and he had a hip replaced as well. And he said the hip replacement was not nearly as bad. The recovery from the hip replacement was not nearly as difficult for him as the recovery from the knee replacement. I don't remember exactly why he said that, but he was good with that anyway. One story, I have a neighbor. She lived across the street from me, from where I am right now. She needed a new knee, and they wanted to put her on Coumadin for the operation, and she adamantly refused. Not exactly sure why, but that seemed to be their normal course of action in the process. And she got the new knee. The operation was a success, but about 2 days later or so, she had a stroke. Blood clot went to her brain somewhere, and she never did recover from that. She lived about another decade. Reset. She lived about another decade in a nursing home. The knee in question was just the knee in question. I don't remember anyway. She had one leg which was just folded up. It looked like a chicken wing. It was folded at the knee, and that leg became totally unusable. And then she had some problem with her brain as well, so they removed a portion of her skull, and never did put it back on. Not exactly sure why. So I spoke with her children, and they didn't get any definitive answers either. But just a thought. I would say don't deviate a whole lot from whatever the routine procedures are that the doctors use. She did so, and sadly she paid a very dear price. Well, I'll say some prayers for you. Hope it all works out. I'm sure it will. It's just going to be a pain in the butt for a while. That seems to be normal course of action after we reach a certain age, I guess. I have to keep telling myself that because I foresee that in my future as well. Not necessarily leg parts, but maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe another 10 years from now, if I'm still around, I might need something else here. Hope I'm still around. But having said that, if I am, I will have outlived all of the males in my family. But having said that, I'm the only non-smoker of the bunch, so that should be good for a few years. I don't know about a decade, though. KD7QKU and 7QO.
KD7QKU. Yeah, well, they do. They put you on blood thinner. I was on Coumadin once before when I had some surgery, and I was kind of allergic to it. I kind of broke out, itched all over, so it's on one of my lists of being allergic to it. But they have lots of other things they can use, and it says in all the literature I got that you'll be on some blood thinning for a while. They don't want you to get blood clots. And then when I was in the hospital once before, they had these airbags they put around your legs, and there was a little machine that would pump them up and then relax, and then pump them up and then relax. I guess that's to squeeze the blood out of your leg or something, legs, keep them going so you didn't get blood clots. But, yeah, that can be bad. Lee, had a really bad blood clot in his leg, and he's been on some kind of blood thinner for years now. He had a real bad time. He's real susceptible to blood clots, I guess, which can be fatal. So anyway, I guess I'm sort of running out of things to talk about, Jim. I've talked enough about health, I guess. You mentioned the temperature. I got 66 degrees, and we've had, I have a rain gauge, so we've had 6,300 of rain today. So I was really happy to see that. We need all the rain we can get. I wish we'd get had an inch and a half of rain or something. We have this little storm, but maybe it's not over yet completely, so maybe we'll get a little bit more. So anyway, now I see it was raining hard here a couple hours ago. It just rains, shower goes over, and it just rains for a short period of time. And now I see some blue sky through the clouds, and there's actually some sunshine. And 7QO.
Thank you, Ron, and 7QO. I have a rain gauge around here somewhere. It's in a box around here. Don't know which box it is. I've got stuff around here which I have not unpacked as of yet since we moved here. Some of it I may never unpack. Lots of just junk from the old house that made its way here. I've got papers from college. I've got papers from high school. I've got college textbooks. I've got like a backpack somewhere that I'm never going to use again. I've got, of course, it's kind of worn out, but yeah, that's another something that I need to do is go through and probably get rid of everything that I can. Most everything that I have is already worn out. probably does not have any sort of resale value, unfortunately. I don't know. No other ideas on health. Good luck with the hip there. Let's see, Monday. So there will be one more net before you do that. Do they give you any idea how long the recovery is going to be? N7QO, go ahead.
And I go in for some other meeting on Thursday, and I think they'll probably discuss all that at that time. But I think I'll only be in the hospital 1 or 2 days. He said because I'm on Medicare, they require you to have it done in the hospital. So it'll be done in overnight. And there's a minimum number of days you have to stay on, but it won't be more than 2 or 3, and then I'll be home. He said they almost can do it on an outpatient basis now. You're not on Medicare. You're on Medicare. So anyway, well, I appreciate it. Very much. I think that helps. So anyway, thank you.
Okay. Your signal is getting a little bit weak there for some reason. Maybe there's a downpour between you and I, or between me and the repeater or something. Curious if you can still hear me okay. But yeah, good luck with that, and maybe we'll catch you Saturday. I missed the very last part of what you said there, but I guess I'm ready to pull the plug here. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes I have intermod here really bad. So, all right. Well, thank you. I said thank you for keeping me in your prayers. I appreciate that. And, yeah, I'll try to be there on Saturday. So anyway, 73s, and we'll see you next time, Jim. Nice talking to you. And 7QO, KD7QK, you'll be clear. Bye-bye.
Good night, Ron, and 7QO.
KC5 WFH listening. W3RWN, Randy, good evening. I don't know what happened to the other station. I give it a pause there for him to reply. I didn't hear one here. Just want to let you know, let you guys know you're sounding great out this direction here. So make it a good trip, and hope to be listening to the 9 o'clock net, world famous KC5 WFH. Back to you, Randy. Alrighty, thank you, Randy. Good evening. Bill, I can remember your name because I have the same name. I think it's W7 KB. I've already lost it. Forgive me there. If you're Bill, if you're up in the Mount Vernon area, don't forget the trustee 145.190 with a PL of 127. And of course, they have a net every morning, and you're invited. Kicks off at 6:45. So if you're an early riser, hop right in there. They for visitors and so on and so forth, and just a few check-ins. They'll pick you up as a regular, so keep it in mind. I'll check in myself. Let's see, nothing further, guys. Thanks for allowing me to come in. You guys QSO here. Good evening to you both. This is Bill in Kingston, KC5 WFH. We're going clear.